How much water would you have to drink to die? Which mathematician was the leader of an extreme religious cult that forbade its members from talking or eating beans? How did an episode of Friends create one of the most widely believed medical myths? The answers to these questions and hundreds more can be found in my new book, Facts That Aren't True. Link in the description. Dean Withers is apparently in a little bit of hot water again. And will he suffer for this? Absolutely not. What he should suffer for is sheltering and working with a known sexual predator. I've talked about this before on this channel, but I'm going to talk about it again. Most of my subscribers are fairly new, and to the extent that there's such thing as Planet Peterson lore, it all centers around this time that this serial stalker demanded I give him $150. I said no, and he started spreading lies about me. If you want to get the backstory, you'd have to watch these videos. Now, that low-life loser doesn't really have the ability to do any damage on his own. So what he did was, on June 2nd, he joined Dean's Discord server that, I don't know, last time I looked, it has like 5,000, 6,000 members or something like that in it. And he started spreading all of these insane, stupid lies. I have a compiled list of the majority of his lies on my Discord and like the comprehensive refutation of them. Some of it's also in the videos that I mentioned a little bit ago. Now, when this started happening, we immediately realized it, and we immediately started messaging Dean with all the documented evidences of the guy being an absolute psychopathic liar and criminal.
My name is Irish and NYC in Discord. Irish and NYC lowercase. Anything you have on Christy. Any information you have. Phone number, address, children's names, parents' names, partner's name, business. Anything you have, please notify me and let me know. Photos of anyone related to her. Facebook names, schools. Anything you have, please send it my way, please. Irish and NYC, all lowercase. Because you know what? It's fucking on at this point.
Okay, well, let me be super clear. To anyone who is in Flurple's server, go fucking kill yourself. Go take a shotgun, open your fucking mouth, and blast your head off.
No,
What
we ain't going that far.
Doing?
Stop. Yo, stop.
Absolutely. Yep, and that's the one.
Not
No, I'll drop fucking everyone right now because I'm fed up of people tone policing how people react to abusive people. If Chainsaw was reacting to abusive people, which is exactly what he was doing,
I didn't say that, by the way.
For policing, I'll fucking say it with my full chest. Flurple has a server of racist fucking scumbags that you all are fucking enabling. And if you're gonna fucking cry when someone says go fucking put a shotgun up your fucking ass, then you should get your priorities straight, because you should be more offended by someone having a fucking picture of someone curb stomping a black man. You should maybe give two fucks about that, my guy. And if you don't give two fucks about that, I don't give a fuck about your brain getting blown out.
Dean said, oh, hey, can I get your side of the story, Peterson? And I said, yep, there's a pinned video on my TikTok. It's at the very top of my page. Go and check it out, and you can see how everything he's talking about is a lie. Well, Dean just chose to join Irish's side. He even joined live streams with the guy and, repeated the mantra or the lies about me and said he hopes I lose my career, which ended up happening. Now, about a month later, I had a pretty long conversation with Dean, over 30 minutes. And this happened because at that point, I basically said, either you fix this or I tell everybody how you're complicit in it. Yeah, he didn't take too kindly to that, but I mean, I'm not going to allow somebody to attempt to destroy my life. And if you're going to be complicit in it, then you're fair game too. I did a video about him back in November talking about how he's just a completely fake individual. Oh man, the way he is online is just, it's totally inauthentic. He's basically a performer, because when I talked to him on the phone and I could hear how he really is, just the slimiest, most condescending douchebag. Yeah, so like literally the entire time I was talking to him, this is like literally the way he talked. And every single time that he brought up a stupid lie, and I corrected him on his stupid lie with the obvious logic behind why it's a stupid lie, he just pretended I didn't say anything and then just repeated the exact same thing again. The most disgusting part of it was he deflected all responsibility. He said, oh, well, you know, the Discord, it's actually my admin that are responsible for everything. He also said, just because an individual person does things that aren't bad and I associate with them and I platform them doesn't mean that I did anything. And the absolute worst part of it was this was a conversation between three people. One of them was basically acting as the mediator. They were sort of unbiased, but they were on my side, but that's only because they knew about this other person and they knew the story about what had happened and they knew it was all BS. But we were talking to Dean and we said, look, your platform has, with all these thousands of people on it, has been used to spread this vicious and disgusting lie. We can prove to you that all of it's a lie. It'd be really nice if you at least made a statement or like at the very least just banned the guy from your platform. And he specifically said that he has seen the way that other people have defended me get backlash. And so even if everything was proven to be a lie, he would never defend me because he doesn't want backlash. So he's absolutely disgusting. And the fact that he keeps harboring this guy, he's still in there. And he has high-level perms in his server. I don't know what that means because I got banned from there. It's just utterly disgusting. That should be the only thing anybody ever asks the guy, ever. Why do you continue doing that? If you haven't seen, here's the most recent thing.
If I was dumb enough to send my kid in, it's no different than a baby commercial for diapers.
Can you answer my question? Do you think that you have the right to consent to 65-year-old men looking at your son while he's naked?
I wouldn't allow it.
Do you think
That's
that
my
you have the
responsibility as a
right?
father.
Do you think that you have the right to allow it? Do you think if you did allow it, that you would be violating the consent of your child?
They have no choice in the matter whatsoever. It's
This is the exact same type of person that says kids can't consent when talking about abuse. But in this case, all the guy's saying, I would absolutely never do it because it's my parental responsibility, because his view is that the parent has ultimate custodial rights or whatever, consensual rights or whatever over what children do. He's absolutely not saying that there's nothing wrong with it if other people do it. He's just saying that's how it works. You can criticize that point if you want, but I don't think you're really going to get all that far with it. This is exactly what happened when I debated Andrew Wilson. And he said, well, because Christians could theoretically amend the First Amendment and then turn us into a Christian nation, then there's nothing wrong with it. No, just because you can do it doesn't mean there's nothing wrong with it. I can have a huge problem with it. It's the equivalent of saying when Thomas Crooks shot at Donald Trump that there was nothing wrong with that because the Second Amendment exists. No, you can absolutely think that there's a lot wrong with it. But in response to that very obvious point he was making...
And I wouldn't put my kid in that situation. That's why I think pageants are weird in the first place. I would never...
Yeah, we get the stupid performance. The exact same thing Parker did on Piers Morgan. Just... these idiot performers.
Amen. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I think that you don't deserve to have any custodial rights over your child. So for those watching, their handle is goatman91096. It's gonna be their handle. If there happens to be anybody in here that's good at has like facial recognition software.
What
Oh, you can find me.
creep.
It's fine. Nothing I said was wrong.
Okay,
I just said that the kid doesn't get to make the decision.
What's your name?
I would never put them in that situation.
Okay, what's your name?
And why are you trying to dox people, dude? That's weird.
Because I want to find who you are so I could call CPS and have them take your child away from you.
Oh, I'm sure you...
There's no way that this idiot thinks that there's any case to be made there.
I'd like to
Just deliberately trying to ruin people's lives and make calls to violence against them, get his name and Facebook published so that people can find out where he lives and everything like that. Just the absolute scum of the earth.
try to do that.
Yes, I would. So
They would never even do it. That's the best part.
Okay. What's your
Because
name?
I would take the part, and I have a witness sitting here who's heard me say I would never put my child in that situation.
Okay. So what's your name?
So don't worry, move the goalpost too, by the way.
So you said that you think that parents have every right to exploit and traffic their children. So
No, that's not what I said.
So I'm not going to debate it with you. That is what you said.
Fucking
So I'm
dipshit.
just putting this out there for anybody. Feel free to take his profile picture.
He said they're the ones that make the consent because the child doesn't have the ability to make consent.
I just putting this out there for anybody. Feel free to So
No, that's not what I said.
So I'm not going. So you said that you think that parents have every right to exploit and traffic their children. So
No.
Again, compare the Second Amendment. Oh, so you think anybody has the right to go out and shoot anybody because we have a Second Amendment? No, that's not what that means at all. It can be done because the system is structured that way, does not mean, oh, therefore you endorse and support and think you should, or it would be good, or you can't speak out against the most heinous and terrible expression of that system. Just absolute horseshit.
That's not what I said.
So I'm not going to debate it with you. That is what you said. So I just putting this out there
Never said anything like that.
for anybody. Feel free to take his profile picture. Maybe you could go on TikTok.com/his handle. You could save his profile picture, run it through some reverse image search. Maybe it will link back to a Facebook or something where you could find his name. And if you do find said information, that's public, by the way.
You're more than welcome
Feel
to.
free
There's
to
nothing
feel
wrong
free
with
to
what I
take that
said.
information.
Yeah, people's social media is public. In a sense, yes, but that's like saying, oh, well, your house is in public, so therefore we should peer through your windows.
And report it to CPS. Feel free to take that information and report it to the law authorities in this area. Feel free to take that information and report it to maybe his local CPS, etc. Child Protective Care, Child Protective Services. Feel free to do that. I'll go ahead and leave him on the live for around another 20 or 30 seconds here before we kick him, just so you guys, anybody that's interested in trying to do this, can grab his profile picture.
This is why I talk about hating my people in my political sphere. Dean, I hope you suffer so much from this, you worthless sack of shit, you miserable waste of human life. Anyways, thanks for watching.